A former Nintendo executive has questioned Mark Zuckerberg's aspirations for the metaverse. To better reflect what the Facebook company aims to achieve going forward, Zuckerberg even changed the name of the company to Meta. The entrepreneur has made a lot of noise about his metaverse universe and his prediction that one day most people will spend their time in virtual reality. However, Reggie Fils-Aime, a former executive of Nintendo of America Incorporated, believes Facebook won't have a significant impact on the future of the metaverse. Reggie Fils-Aime, a native of the Bronx, has spent 15 years at Nintendo of America, including a remarkable tenure as the company's president. He's frequent at industry gatherings like the most recent PAX West, where we got up with him for a discussion about the future of gaming, in addition to his most recent autobiography, Disturbing the Game. On the metaverse and VR, Reggie Fils-Aime claims that he discovered they really needed to be explicit about what they were talking about when they were discussing the metaverse. He is old enough to recall that 30 years ago, people enjoyed adding .com to the end of a company name in an effort to make it intriguing and provocative. So when he thinks about the metaverse, he sees it as a place where you can have a variety of different experiences, a common currency, and a progressive environment in terms of what you can do and the activities you can engage in. There are early examples of the metaverse as Reggie Fils-Aime sees it. It will continue to grow more and more immersive, whether you look at Roblox or the work of Fortnite and Epic Games are doing. Even though he thinks it will be primarily focused on gaming, he doesn't think it has to have any VR technology. He truly thinks augmented reality will advance much more quickly and widely. He is a lot bigger supporter, in part because I have witnessed the consumer introduction of fantastic AR experiences. He hasn't yet experienced the fantastic VR activity, which I find fascinating. On NFTs, Reggie Fils-Aime believes that blockchain as a piece of technology can be interesting, but it has to provide value to the player. It can't just be a new way of monetizing. There needs to be something inherently positive for the player for this technology to take off. So he's not for or against NFTs. He wants to see an example that really adds value, and he hasn't yet seen that example. Would Nintendo ever go back to making the separate living rooms and handheld devices again? Like any other ardent supporter of Nintendo, I'm currently trying to determine where the company is headed. The business has undoubtedly reaped several benefits from concentrating all of its development efforts on a single platform as opposed to supporting two disparate platforms. It will be incredibly challenging to go, but Nintendo is a corporation that constantly observes the same industry that everyone else does while taking a little different approach. Never say never when it comes to that company. Should the people who make video games unionize? It's crucial to take a step back and consider carefully what a worker requires in order for that aspect of their life to be fulfilled. Economic stability must be their first priority, right? They must be confident that they have employment and will receive compensation. The second thing they require is economic mobility, which means the business must offer it when an employee is prepared to advance and take on the next major challenge. Recognition at work is the third item that employees require. Not only must there be the bare minimum of safety, but the job and the company must also offer emotional rewards. You have an issue if any one of those three needs isn't being addressed, and that's where unions come into play, not just in the gaming sector but in all other sectors and contexts. The behaviors that have given birth to a drive for unionization, specifically in the gambling industry, include having a workforce that lacks a consistent work schedule, feels underpaid, or is being pushed to relocate without receiving reimbursement for their relocation expenditures. From the standpoint of an employer, your employees must meet these three fundamental requirements, and if you don't, you could face a variety of difficulties, unionization being only one of them. There may also be circumstances where your crew feels totally disheartened. Another scenario that can arise is one in which your workforce experiences a high rate of turnover. All of these are detrimental. Therefore, I am neither for nor against unionization. When those three fundamental demands of a worker aren't met, unionization is the result. Is the current trend of big game companies buying up other big game companies for good gamers? You can mention particularly specific mergers of acquisitions to suggest that the player would benefit in the future. The collaboration of Take-Two and Zynga is an illustration of that. The player and the consumer will both benefit in the long run from that. Despite having so many fantastic franchises, Take-Two has never truly been successful in the mobile market. It would be fantastic if you could picture the finest of their franchises having a really solid mobile experience, and many of their fans would genuinely agree it is a good result. Reggie Fils-Aime thinks that as these significant mergers and acquisitions take place, the independent developer community will benefit greatly. Because these mergers frequently take place and the big franchises are the ones that get the most attention. Well, game creators enjoy coming up with fresh, original ideas. He is certain that several senior developers will eventually leave these major industry players, open their own studios, and realize the creative notion that has been gnawing in the back of their minds. So, do you have the same thoughts as the former executive of Nintendo, Reggie Fils-Aime? Do you believe that Facebook won't have a significant impact on the future of the metaverse? Please let me know by leaving a comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to Wealthology for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video. Bye!